Hey there Libra, and welcome to my channel. This is Gaian from Wild Fox Alchemy, and I'm here to do your monthly business and finance reading for June 2021. I don't do love and romance. I'm only business focused. I'm an intuitive business coach. I'm here to help you to manifest your dream business and to banish the blocks to your business success. And my readings are very coaching style, and they reflect what I'm here to do, what I've been put on this planet to do. I believe that I was sent here to help women to create abundant businesses so that they can benefit the outer community, the wider community as a whole. And let's make life better for everyone. The more abundant we are, the more we can share it around, the more compassion we've got for people, the more we can share that around too. So, lovely Libra, what have we got? It can sometimes take me a little while to shuffle the cards, so if you feel inclined, just close your eyes for a moment, take a few deep breaths, think about what your intention is for your business for this month, think about what you'd like to manifest. Or you can fast forward to when the reading actually starts. It's up to you. No judgment either way. Almost there, Libra. Almost there. There we go. There we go, that's the cards. Let's do a quick peek and see what we've got. We've got you, the shaman in reverse. Alrighty then. All the other cards in this reading will relate back to this. This is the overarching theme for the month for you. So we will see how everything else lies, but we'll just go through for a second. We've got the Ten of Feathers in reverse as your present. That's crossed by the Knight of Feathers, which are your challenges or your obstacles that you may be facing at the moment. We've got the subconscious root of any problems or what's going on in your subconscious mind at the moment. The Ace of Crystals, can't see that being an obstacle to be honest, or a root of a problem, but there we go. We've got what might need healing in the past. We've got the Star in reverse. What's been going on in your recent past? We've got the Three of Feathers in reverse. What's happening in your near future? Six of Acorns in reverse. What you've been focusing on? Five of Acorns, again in reverse. We've got your external environment, Queen of Shells in reverse. Eight of Feathers in reverse. Five of Crystals in reverse. Now, normally when I get that many cards reversed, I ask Spirit whether the deck was upside down or whether it's meant to be read that way. Spirit says no, continue. I didn't used to read reversals many moons ago because I felt like sometimes it could be a little negative, and the last thing I want to do is be negative about anything. But these days I actually do read the reversals because sometimes it empowers us to know where we are, to know where we stand and what we need to work on. So Libra, although there are all these reversals, I don't want you to panic and just go, right, that's it, I'm turning it off because this is rubbish. She's obviously got the deck upside down, it's a load of crap, and I'm not listening because it's going to just be a disaster. That's not actually the truth of this. We need to dig a little deeper and find out what lessons you need to learn this month of June. We just had the lunar eclipse, and a lot of people have felt confused, have felt in a bit of turmoil, and maybe this is a reflection of that for you. some signs have been great, and some people have felt great. You know, they've been creative, they've gone off at great guns, and some people just haven't been affected that way by it. They've felt quite conflicted, quite confused, stagnant in some cases. The energies have been really quite weird. So I feel like perhaps this is what is being reflected here, that there are some weird energies going on, but I don't want you to think this is going to be a really negative reading, because that isn't always the truth. So we've got the Shaman in reverse. This is you. This is you needing to change your approach to things. This is you have been doing something one way, maybe it's not been working out. This is you needing now to change, to break free from tradition perhaps, because the Hierophant, or the Shaman in this case, is representative of institution, spirituality, tradition, religion, that sort of thing. This is you. This month the theme is to break away from that, to break away from the norm, to break free from it all. That you perhaps need to find what will serve you better than the way that you've been doing things. So I feel like change is afoot here. So how are we going to work through this change? Let's have a look. We've got the Ten of Feathers in reverse for your present. In the upright, this card is talking about recovery and transformation. But here we are, we've got it in reverse. Your thoughts need some transformation, I feel, Libra. Are you changing your mind? Are you changing your mind on something? I feel like something has happened, it's reached its conclusion. And it may well have changed you. Not necessarily in a bad way. I think what you've been going through has been hard. But I want you to know that the worst is behind you now. You need to learn from what has happened and just take care before taking the next step, before you do anything else. I feel like it's a time for refocusing now, of looking at looking at different ways of doing things, of breaking free from what you've traditionally been doing. It's time for a massive change. I'm surprised actually we've not had a Tower or a Death card in amongst this, because that's the kind of energy I feel that we're giving here. So it's crossed by the Knight of Feathers. So we've got more feathers. We're moving into this challenge here. This is a messenger bringing new ideas, new ways of communicating, about taking action and focus. All of this is just leading from one thing into another. And I like it, actually. I like it. I like the fact that you're going to start being a bit of a rebel here, I think. You need to change, you know you need to change. You need some transformation, you need some new ideas. And this is what the Knight of Feathers is bringing to you. He's bringing you fast thinking. You're quite a driven person, quite an ambitious person. There's going to be some action and focus now brought into things, and that I don't think is a challenge or an obstacle in the same way. I think it's actually quite a good thing. I think the obstacle might be the fast period of time in which it happens. Because on the one hand, I'm telling you here to take a little bit of time to heal and to transform things, and then in the next breath I'm saying, but it's all going to happen really fast. So just take care over that one. Your subconscious mind is focusing on the Ace of Crystals. Now this is new beginnings, a new start, manifesting prosperity. That's what you're subconsciously trying to do. Now most often we consciously try to go after this stuff, and then this card will tell me what the root of the problem is as to why you're not getting there. I feel like your subconscious mind is pretty good, to be fair. You are aligned with the idea of manifesting prosperity. There's no problem there with that. Subconsciously, that's what you're aiming for. You want prosperity. You want to be able to bring your dreams to life. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But we go to the star in reverse. Now, this can mean that you have lost faith, that you've lost your purpose, that you feel impatient, that you feel like all hope has been lost. That is what's happened to you in the past, and that can affect the way that you see things in the future. You've been quite lonely. You've been worried about what tomorrow might bring for you. Sometimes you felt really very lost. And I feel like this has affected some of this stuff. Got quite a few fives again, haven't we, where I think you feel conflicted somehow. This is your subconscious focus, which is for having a bit of luxury, a nice life. It's all you crave. I wonder if this is because you've been raised in a situation where you didn't have any of that. And subconsciously you believe that if you achieve all you set out to do and you get this abundance, that it will fix everything. You felt very hopeless, and I feel like it's been in relation to funds, in relation to money. Maybe you grew up in a poor household where everything was just a nightmare because you just didn't have the money, or that you had the money and your family lost it, and therefore there's been hopelessness and great loss. All hope is gone. But Spirit is telling me now that this is the past. You were told in this card to learn the lessons of the past and to move on, that it's time to just move on now, to not be afraid to transform. That card was saying that this worst bit is behind you. You don't need to worry about this anymore. But I'm a little bit worried that by focusing purely on the material side of things, that you're missing the point, and that this perhaps is where this reversed shaman comes in. Okay, so I'm going to go to what you're consciously focusing on, which is the Five of Acorns in reverse, and we've got conflict and tension here. Your subconscious focus is this, the manifestation of prosperity, but consciously you're focusing on this, on setbacks. You feel like you've been set back. You're being challenged. Your growth is being challenged, and that's a massive setback. But instead of kind of looking at solutions to that, you're focusing on it. It's bringing you down. It's bringing you down, isn't it? I feel like you're at the cusp of giving up what you're doing, because you just feel like you're discouraged, you feel impatient, you're frustrated. It could even be that somebody's been deceitful with you. Okay. I'm going to clarify some of these cards, honestly, because we'll get to the end and I'll go through them, and then I think I'm going to clarify some of these cards, because I think this needs to be clarified. I feel like you're focusing too much on the hopelessness of the situation. Spirit is telling me now that your situation does feel hard, and that some days it just feels insurmountable, but it's not. It's not. You need to be consciously focusing on getting out of it, on the problem solving, on taking action, on focusing on what you need to do to make this right, instead of living in the dark. Okay, so you're outside, you're external. circumstances are the Queen of Shells in reverse. She's gloomy, she's lacking inspiration, she's disappointed, she's emotionally insecure. You need to talk about what's going on with somebody. You need to not repress any of these feelings that you're having of hopelessness and upset. I feel a level of depression coming over you because of all this stuff, and you're finding it really difficult to focus on the positives instead of the negatives. You need to think differently, you need to be different and do different things if you're going to get out of this situation that you're finding yourself in. Your hopes and fears, the 8 of Feathers in reverse again. This is a hard reading, Libra, and I'm sorry that it's coming across quite difficult, and I do, if this is resonating very strongly with you, then, you know, I'm sending you massive virtual hugs because I think you need one. Your fears are that you're running out of options. You feel powerless. You feel oppressed. The message here is don't be afraid to ask for some help, and that's what I feel you need. I feel you need to ask for some help with this now. That there is a situation that you're finding yourself in that is just too much for you to deal with on your own. And then that projected outcome is the 5 of Crystals, and we're back again to more 5s, more conflict, more problems going on. You need to be balanced. Okay, what I'm being told here with this Crystals is that you need to learn from past mistakes, which has been an overarching theme on this one, that you need to do things differently. To get a different outcome, you need to put different input in. You can't do the same things over and over and over again and expect a different outcome. That's the definition of insanity. But you're unbalanced is what I'm getting here. You're out of alignment. You're very unbalanced and focusing always on the dark side, always on the feelings of hopelessness. And it's like my chair's squeaking, I do apologise. It's like a vicious circle of the more that you focus on these things, the more they become more obvious to you, and the more, again, they're at the forefront of your mind, so you're thinking about them all the time. And then like attracts like, so the more focused you are on the downside of stuff and the hopeless feelings and the feelings that, you know, nothing's working for you and that you're about to give up, the more other stuff like that is going to come in. My advice on this one is to share your feelings with somebody. Stop bottling it up. And I know that's easier said than done. Stop bottling it up. Let it all out. This is subconsciously what you want. You want that prosperity, but you're not going to get it while you're focusing on all the shit that is going on with you. You need to look on the bright side, and that's so easy for me to say when things are going tits up. You know, the last thing you want to do is focus on the bright side of things when everything is tits up. What would I advise you to do? I would advise you to drop everything, put a really good comedy on that always makes you laugh. Now I've got my neighbour running his tractor. Oh my god. Right, okay, I'm going to bring this to quite a swift close now because we don't want to listen to him and his tractor, quite honestly. Yeah, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody you trust. Get this all off your chest. Start looking for the positives. Keep a gratitude journal and focus on all the good things that have happened to you in a day. It can be full of tiny things. I am grateful for the bed that I sleep in. I'm grateful for the roof I have over my head. I'm grateful for my partner. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful that I have food in my belly. You need to pick yourself up, Libra, and stop focusing on all this stuff that's going on. If you need somebody to talk to, I am a therapist. So please contact me if you feel like you need to talk about some of this, or you need some direction as to where to go for some help. Could just be that you need a casual chat just to get it off your chest, just to put it in writing, just to get some perspective on what is happening here. I feel like you've got a bright future ahead of you if you can only just focus on that. You know, I mean, I believe in the law of attraction. I've attracted so many bad things into my life the same way that I've attracted good things in. And what I don't need to do is by focusing on all this bad stuff, on the, you know, is it just too much? Should I give up? Nothing's going right for me. I feel hopeless. Then that's what you're going to bring in, I'm afraid. And I feel like, you know, your outcome is not going to be good. And you're going to feel really pissed off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify the 5 of crystals. I'm using the Herb Crafters Tarot. You'll be pleased to know that there are no reversals in this deck. Please clarify for me this 5 of crystals. I've got the 10 of air. Do I want to clarify any more of these cards? I think we will. I think we'll clarify the 3 of feathers, and I think we'll clarify the 5 of acorns and the 6 of acorns. Oops. 5 of acorns. The 6 of acorns. Okay, so we'll work back with this now. See what we come up with. We've got calendula, the 3 of fire. That is an upright position, so we've got 2 3s going on there, so we are starting to create something. This is talking about exploring new art forms. It's talking about having a long and fruitful growing season and remaining committed to your goals. Delight in your uniqueness. Delight in your uniqueness. Yeah, this was about suppression of feelings again, this particular card. I'm not getting anything new from this card. In fact, I'm being told that this isn't actually about your recent past, that this is in the wrong place, that actually we should be elsewhere, but where I'm not sure at the moment. We've got the 7 of earth, the oak, up there. Strangely enough with the 5 of acorns. This is you focusing on all the downsides of things. So what advice have we got given here? We've got know yourself, that sometimes things are slow to grow. Right, okay, Spirit is telling me that things are better than you think they are. That there is growth. You feel stagnant, you feel confused, you feel like you're ready to give up. Don't give up, because this 7 of earth is saying that it's a slow process. That the speed at which you want to fix everything, it's not going to happen at that speed. It's going to take a little bit of time. Alright. We've now got the Justice card. This is about the truth coming out, fairness. And I can understand why you would feel that perhaps this is unfair, that you're not really getting what you want. This card is saying that we need to understand what we're doing, find the truth about what we're doing, and consider the consequences of the actions that you've been taking. That could be wise. That's a very wise bit of advice, actually, that you should seek the consequences of what it is that you've been doing. And I feel like this focusing on the downside of things, the consequences are that more of it is going to come, if that's all you focus on. but you need to change your perspective from this is crap, everything's terrible, to, well, yeah, it's okay, it's just a bit slow growing is all. Keep moving forward, keep the faith on this one, because that is what I feel is the problem. It's this lack of, this, not a lack of faith, but a loss of faith. I think a few things have happened where you just feel like, you know, it's just not really working out for you, and now, you know, you've been left feeling just terrible about everything. This card, I love this card. The Ten of Air, Alfalfa. I love it in this deck. It's about the completion of a cycle. The overarching theme of this message is to release the negativity. That is the way that I feel about this one. Alfalfa is a great crop. I grow it for my ponies. It's really deep rooted. It's not like hay. Well, it is kind of like hay. You can cut it and come again like 2 or 3 times a year depending on the climate, and it will just spring back up and grow. It'll be refreshed by being chopped down. And this is how I feel the outcome is for you. I think this initial sort of reverse card reading has just given me the energy of everything that you're going through, these hopeless feelings, these feelings of wanting to give up, these feelings that you desperately want this prosperity to fix everything, but it's not coming for you, it's not coming fast enough for you, so therefore you feel like you want to give up. Spirit is saying it's not about that. It's not about that at all. Yes, it's slow progress, but you are moving forward. The Ten of Air up there is telling me that you just need to cut down all the crap, get rid of all the crap, and refresh and release, and you will get a brand new start out of this. You can start over. You can start over. The things that have been going on here have had some consequences. It might be a tough few weeks for you, to be honest, as you try and fish out what you want to keep and what you want to let go of, but you've got to start thinking positive, Libra. Really focus on the positives and not the negatives. I'm going to come back to this Three of Fire because I'm not entirely sure why I'm being told that this card did not belong on the card. I asked it to clarify. But there's a reason for it. It came out for a reason. None of these cards ever come out for the fun of it. This, again, it's... Calendula is really good medicine. It's good medicine for the skin, it's good medicine for the mind, it's healing, and it's abundant. This card doesn't belong on any of these cards, is what Spirit has just said to me. It doesn't belong on any of these cards. It is the overarching message that Spirit wants you to end this reading with, and that is that. Celebrate your uniqueness. Rebel against the stuff that you have been doing, the idea of being normal, fitting in with stereotypes, but, you know, fitting in with the norm of everything. Give up on all that. Celebrate who you are. You have goals that are meaningful. It matters. And obviously, I think when you know that your goals are meaningful and that they matter, it's harder when you feel like you're not reaching them. You know that you can help people. You know that you're serving people with your business, but you don't seem to be getting there. It needs tweaking. Something needs tweaking, and it starts with you. It starts with what is inside of you. It's not that you need to tweak your tools or your website or anything like that. You need to tweak you. Tweak your mindset. Start to think more positively. Start looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Stop hanging around in the dark and feeling the hopelessness, because the more hopeless you feel, the more hopeless you feel, basically. And Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. You're on the right track. There just needs to be a bit of tweaking going on to get you back to where you need to be, because what you're doing is meaningful. It matters. Don't give up. Don't stop doing it. Just tweak it to make it better. It could be that you need to ask your clients or ask an audience. Or if you're just starting out in business, that can be difficult because you have ideas and you think that they're great ideas, and then you realise that people out there just don't want them. You know? I've been there, I tell you, where I've thought that, you know, something's a fabulous idea and I've sold literally none of them. Same as I had an idea for a freebie and I put it all together. I spent hours on it, I made videos, I did all sorts of stuff. and then realised it just wasn't in line with what people wanted at all. Not at all. Oops, now I'm knocking everything over. I've been given 2 cards for you. Watch and Wait, which is about patience, having some patience, but this is the real good one for you now. The Bee Spirit, sweet results await. Waiting seems to be a bit of a thing. Your challenge is trying to go too fast with this Knight of Feathers. This speeding it up, trying to force things, trying to force the issue. By speeding things up and forcing the issue, you're not getting to the bottom of the tweaks you need to make this business successful. It's time for you to be patient about it. It's time for you to refresh some stuff, refresh some ideas, because in doing that you will get what you want. You're on the right track. But what is it about where, you know, if you set a plane going and it's only 1 degree out, it ends up miles away from its destination? I feel like that's what's happened here. You're 1 degree out and it's causing you all this stress and mayhem and stopping you fulfilling your potential. But actually, in truth, you can do this. You've got it. You just need to take a view, a higher view, investigate and see where it is that you can do better. See where it is that you're just missing the mark, and then your sweet results will come in. So I hope that helps, Libra. I want to empower you to move forward. I don't want you to feel bad at the end of any of these readings, because everything is fixable, everything is figure-outable. You can do this. If you need some advice, let me know. Come contact me, because I can help. This is what I do. You can have a private reading with me, or we can dispense with the private reading and just do some intense coaching and therapy style work that will help us get to the bottom of what it is that's just not hitting the mark. Because sometimes talking to somebody else about it, it'll be really obvious to them what's going wrong when you can't actually see it, because you can't see the wood for the trees when you get involved in business. Is the truth of it. You need to seek the truth. Seek the truth about where this is going wrong. And then, with a bit of patience and a bit of rebuilding, you will have it. You will have it. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, Libra. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, can you please like, share and subscribe? It's a baby channel and I'd love your help. And I will see you again next time. Have a lovely month of June, Libra. See you soon.